Gemma, ASD, rocks. So, we are in the house, all of us. I'm wearing my earpods, hoping that the microphone goes to this, because I've got the aircon on pretty hard. It's 27 degrees outside Celsius, which is pretty warm, and I'm on my way down to Bunnings Warehouse, because while this is on the surface, you know what, this reminds me of one of those Instagram models. Looks amazing, like it's got such a wow factor, but when you actually like dig a little deeper, you see all the, faults and flaws. Like, I went to turn the shower on and like the whole thing just nearly came off in my hand. I can't work out if this place has just been built and like had a really, really good interior designer, so it looks amazing, or if someone has just touched it up since other people have been in there. I really can't work it out, and that's why everything's falling apart. Anyway, so the point of this video is about Beau and what happened yesterday. So Finn has gone into his room. He has completely made his bat cave. There are no blinds in the kids' bedrooms. Like, is that weird? Like, no, they're just those see-through ones that you just to stop people seeing in, basically. I find that really strange. So Beau's this morning freaking out because at 5 o'clock in the morning the sun was up and shining. That's why I'm going down to Bunnings now. I've got to put something in the interim. Obviously it's Christmas very, very soon, so like I sent an email to the agent and said, hey, this oven, like the door doesn't close, so all the heat escapes. It's really hard to cook in the oven. As you know, everything Beau eats is in the oven. I may buy an air fryer today. I think that's just going to have to be on the cards. I will go and find where the largest air fryer, I don't know, what is the largest capacity air fryer that you can get? Let me know. So Finn has naturally gone in and he is like, he's putting furniture this way and that way and checking it all out, and he's sort of he's putting up his posters and his pictures, and he's getting his LED lights all done in his room. I'll show you when we get back, because we've been in there like 2 days now, and he has just, mind you, he's still in his robe, but it's school holidays, so okay. So I think I've gone the wrong way. I've typed in the wrong Bunnings. Oh well, doesn't matter. We'll find out in a minute. It's taking me to a Bunnings that isn't next to the Spotlight, and I need to go to the Bunnings that's next to the Spotlight in the big homemaker centre thing. Anyway, as for Beau, he was even saying, like, when's my bed gonna be ready? Like, the box with his pillows and doona was open and there, but he just wasn't processing, I need to put this on my bed and then my bed will be ready. His sheet was on there, but his box and everything all the shelving, he's got so much more shelving and space. And then Benji turned up, which I thought I'd cancelled because we're moving and it's such a nightmare. I thought there's just no way. But Benji turned up and I was like, oh my goodness, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. So, Benji, can you go into Beau's room and sit with him and help him to make his room how he wants it? Help him to make it cool, you know? Now, cool is a very different thing. He has the entire collection of Angry Birds, including the Star Wars Angry Birds, you name it, he's got the entire collection. He's had that since he was 5. He's got, if you're an old viewer, you will remember the entire collection of Beanie Boos that he has. He now has the mostly entire collection of Pikmin. So even though when I say make his room cool, you know, you go into Finn's room and you've got 4 guitars, a couch. Yeah, that's the wrong Bunnings. I'm taking me to the wrong one. It's all right. 4 guitars, a couch. You know, like his neon signs are up, LEDs, his desk with, you know, 3 screens and all that sort of stuff. Oh, this is just going to now yell at me and say, you've missed the Bunnings, you've gone to the wrong Bunnings. So he's 15, now Beau's 18, and he has on all his walls. So it was really great because although something so funny happened, Benji came and so he was taking out one plushie by one, and Beau, I went in to check every now and then, and Beau, he was telling him exactly the names of each and every, the ones that they were given, not the names. So each Beanie Boo is given its own name and birth date, right? So he has, I'll come back. I've got to turn this off. It's just yelling at me going, you turn, you turn, you turn. I'll be back in a second. Sorry guys, just redirecting my place. So he's in there and Benji's lifting one out. He's like, and what's this one say? And but like, you know, some of these toys he hasn't seen since he was 5 or 10 or whatever, and I do know that initially he made a full database of their names and birth dates and everything like that, but Benji looked at me and goes, he knows everyone. I'm like, yeah, he's got autism. And he's like, but there's like 50 of them. And I'm like, I know, he's got autism. It was his thing. Each person has like their thing, and it's not his thing now, but like he's stopped collecting Angry Birds, and well, he's collecting Pikmin now, but he stopped collecting them. But when they have their thing and they're so completely immersed in it, they absorb absolutely everything about it, and then once it's all like a sponge, once it's all in there. Some people who like have a Lego thing, they've got that creative thing, and that can keep going throughout their whole lives. Beau never had the imagination or ability to create or think of things to create, so he never had that. So there was sort of an end to the collections. So he's got, and the next step, which I haven't quite gotten to yet, is putting out all of his encyclopedias and dictionaries and things like that, because he has every single... Am I turning right? Yeah. He has... I'm just going to check if I'm turning right. I think it's turn right. So yeah, he has all his encyclopedias and dictionaries and things. So at one point I hear a scream, right? And I get up, I run upstairs and I hear, "Mom!" I'm like, oh my gosh. And I run upstairs and there's Benji. He's even kicked his shoes off and he's on the bed, right? Bo is out of the room and they're both like, "Spider, spider, spider." Now, Benji is like your full-on true blue Aussie dude, and that is exactly, yes, he is like super crazy smart with his double degree in he's doing his double degree in commerce and engineering, so which is why I chose Benji, because I wanted him to expose Bo to that typical, like, he's a massive football dude. He's, you know, into fitness. He's like everything that Bo isn't. But he's your typical sort of 22-year-old Aussie young adult, but also who can connect with Bo on an intellectual level, which is probably not an easy thing to find. And he's the one that, you know, showed Bo how to like shake up the non-alcoholic champagne, and he popped it off and showed him how to like spray it everywhere. Like Bo would never, you know, for his 18th birthday, he's sort of really introducing him to so many different really stock standard teenage adolescent behaviors, and I love that. That's exactly what I wanted. But to see this massive dude, I mean, he's not massive, but, you know, sporty and, you know, masculine, on Bo's bed with his shoes off like this, right? And I'm thinking, okay, it's either a huntsman, which is completely harmless, but they get really big, or it's a redback, which is bloody deadly, right? Like, I mean, I know Bo has arachnophobia, and I've done my absolute best, like with daddy long legs especially, like I'll pick them up by a leg and carry them out. Now, Benji's clutching his pearls and holding his skirt. Bo is gone. This spider was smaller, like its body was smaller than a pinhead, plus the legs. It probably, honestly, I don't know if you've ever seen the pins that dressmakers use. They have like a little tiny pearl thing on top. It was smaller than that, right? It was not a redback. It was just an everyday spider. It was tiny, but I didn't know what it was. And in Australia, most things will kill you. So I'm wary, but I'm not scared. And I went to just sort of step on it, and Benji screams, "No!" And I'm like, okay. And he goes, "I don't like them, but I'm not a killer." And I was like, he goes, get like go get a cup or go get us something. I'm like, listen, dude, I don't have time. I'm really sorry. If I leave, you're not going to see where it goes. Not that this thing was fast. It was tiny. It was hysterical. It was, I mean, I did end up killing it. I apologized to everyone, including Benji, that I killed this spider. Whether it was a baby or full grown, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know exactly what it was. So, you know, if I had picked it up, which I did after it was dead, you know, it's like bees. Bees can still sting you after they're dead. The sting is still in there. So because I wasn't 100% sure what it was, I picked it up. It fit. I scooped it with my baby nail. Like, it fit very easily inside that amount of space, dead and curled up, somewhat squished. But oh my God, it was hysterical. So anyway, now Beau's room is set up with all of his plushies. None of his clothes are set up. He has, mind you, when I say that, if I go into Finn's room and I go into his cupboard, while he has put a few bits and pieces clothing wise away, it's more sort of all shoved and stuffed in there. Beau's 100% still in boxes. Cannot unpack a box. I may have to do, I don't know if it's just that he has no desire. I don't know if it's that, like, he came to me yesterday and he said, because I said, I've got 2 bedside tables for you because things are different in this house, so furniture's going in different places. He's adjusting really, really well, but you know, so he's coming out and saying things to me like, oh, Mum, you know, I'd like the 2 bedside tables, but they're right outside, like they're outside his room in the main area. And what I don't understand is that while he's doing gym, and he can, well, not gym, but his sports physiology, and I've seen him lift 50 to 60 kilos. Bugger, sorry, I got a call and I don't know where that stopped because I was looking at the road. So my point is that I don't know if it's that he has no desire to do his room, or, you know, I know he wanted these bedside tables, and with his sports physiology, I know he's physically capable of picking up these bedside tables and taking them into his room. But this is what I keep talking about with the NDIS. You cannot expect me to teach him to be independent, because all he does is come to me for things. It doesn't make sense. It won't work. He needs funding for someone else to teach him to be independent of me, because he came out and he's like, I would like those bedside tables. And I'm like, right on, dude, no worries, let's go, we'll do it. But he could have done it himself. He knew where they were. I'd showed them to him. But that connection in his head, that connection of, well, I want them, I'll go, I'll pick them up and I'll put them in my room. It's just not there. It's just not there. So while Finn has run upstairs and downstairs and searched through boxes for things that are in his head of how he can make, you know, his room his own and special and this and that, Beau it's just not there. So yeah, there's a lot to do. I have to do Beau's room. I showed him how to pack the box. Benji has really showed him how to unpack and put boxes, but I think clothing is really above and beyond his level of, you know, he's very his old bedroom had one tiny cupboard, and it didn't have any drawers, it didn't have any shelves, so we had to sort of slot this IKEA square thing in and sort of use pigeonholes, and now he has proper drawers and proper shelves and proper places to hang things, but he can't sort of work out where he wants things. And he said, you know, I want it to, like, he wants it to be like how it was, and it can't be. It can't be. It has to be different, because we have different space. We have different, you know, we have what is actually normal, what people usually have, which is drawers and shelving. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. I'll try and do it with him so that we are doing it together, because, well, firstly, because he's going to need to know where to pick up anything that he wants to pick up, but more because I want him to be a part of the process, so that, you know, he's understanding why we're putting things where we're putting them, if that makes sense. Yeah, but it's been really, really difficult to get him to do his room. He won't do it. He's at home right now. Oh my God, the stimming space, it's huge. There's so much stimming space, it's ridiculous. So yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. Sorry guys, I thought I was going to get a park here, but I don't think I am. You're going? Yep, beautiful. So yeah, that's that. I am going to get that park in the end. There is so much to do in the house, and to add what I have to do with Bo is, you know, each and every little step, it's going to take such a long time. But today it has to be about priorities. Bo wants blinds. He needs blinds. And that's what I have to get him. Otherwise he will start associating immediately this house with bad things, like being woken up too early, and then he won't like the house. And these are the things that a lot of people with kids who are neurotypical don't understand, that one small thing, if it's not fixed as quickly as possible, can cause massive, like, and it doesn't matter what it's about. One thing will throw everything off, and that's why as carers we run around like putting out little spot fires as much as we can, because it can impact our entire living and life. Anyway, I'm at Bunnings. I'm going to go get some curtains and spotlight as well.